Let's see how motivated we could be on a Monday.
Well, today is I think it's relaxing day or something here. Hold on, let me pull it up.
Oh, I could definitely relax today. No doubt about it. We got feed, Eric. We got feed. This is
Looks
the
like we're live.
Good morning, everybody. We got the natural feed going on, and we have Eric in an undisclosed location, maybe in his backyard, maybe not. We will never know. Just kidding. Good morning, Eric. How are you?
Hey, good morning, San Martin. How you doing? How was your weekend?
Oh, it was beautiful. I mean, it depends on what day it is. I just feel like it's always the weekend. Is that fair to say for me? I mean, if you love what you do, you are never working a day in your life. That's what they say.
I would have to agree with you there. Yep, no, that makes sense.
So basically, that's kind of what I'm doing, Eric. Just
Well,
live.
that rolls into today. Do you know what today is?
What is today, Eric?
Today is National Lazy Day.
Natural Lazy Day.
National Lazy Day. Yep.
Well, I don't know. I think everybody's been lazy for the past 6 months, man. Like everybody,
Uh,
like the people that have to go to school, they're like, oh god, I gotta wait. I really want to know how long that's gonna be before kids are like, I'm not gonna get ready no more.
I think most kids are already there. I mean, everybody I've heard from says they're only wearing pajama pants to school.
It seems like a natural or normal.
Yep, yep. Sorry, I was checking our chat to see if we have the chat going. So cool. So that's good. So tell me about some of the news that's happening around Prescott this weekend. I mean, you've got your event tonight. We'll get to that, right? But
Yeah.
what else? What else happened this weekend? I know we had a faux pas, I guess they would call it, on Friday. I misjudged the date and said there was a concert. And what two bozos show up at the concert? You and I,
Yeah.
waiting for the concert that didn't happen.
It was all right though. It was still a good time. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've adapted to the whole social distancing, physical distancing scenario. And one of the cool things about this is that you have like the a relationship with your spouses, if I may say. And the thing is that you could actually entertain yourself with no matter what's going around. So we ended up buying some food from Tara Ties and ate there at the thing, like had a picnic. It was a awesome event. I seen you there, say hello, and then we like we're walking up and down the stairs and stuff. So you know what, we made the best of it. It was still fun. But it doesn't mean that it wasn't supposed to happen. We actually have it coming tomorrow night, which is the 11th. So we
Yep.
we deciphered that one really, really quick. So that's kind of cool.
Yep, and it was beautiful out. I mean, everybody was staying away from each other. The weather was awesome. I think we were there till almost 9:30, 10 o'clock, and we did the same thing. We went over to Limoncello and got some food and walked it over to the square and just ate it there. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's beautiful. But what the best part about that is you make whatever you make of it. And that's what we did. I called you. I was like, hey, there is no music. And you're like, what? And I didn't even know you were behind me. I was like, where'd you get that picture at? And I didn't even think twice. I was like, maybe somebody sent it to you because they were like, hey, there's no music here. And then sure enough, you're right behind me. You're like, Martin. And I couldn't see you. And so, because I'm blind. Then I realized that you were actually there. And it was so funny, man. I was like, this is funny. But guess what? The best part about all of this is that it's going to happen, and it's going to be going down tomorrow night on Tuesday. So I think it's Tuesdays and Thursdays, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe Tuesdays and Fridays.
I think so. I'm not sure the night. I know there's an event tomorrow night, and then I know Candace Devine, which is our local celebrity here. She's got a bunch of artists and herself. I think either Thursday or Friday night. So that's coming up too.
Yeah, that should be fun. I mean, we'll go ahead and keep everybody posted. What I'm starting to realize, Eric, there's a lot of events that are supposed to be happening in the month of August based off of what was happening throughout the year or with COVID. All this stuff was supposed to be lifted. All these things are supposed to be kind of like down to minimal, like cases and all of that stuff. And obviously, we're still dealing with it today in August. So Governor Ducey's supposed to come out tonight. I don't know if that's true because last Thursday he was supposed to come out with all of his whatever is going to be happening, executive orders. But one of the best things about it is that we've seen a major decline in the numbers as far as COVID-19 has represented the cases above. I mean, this Saturday they did another fast rapid testing. We're hoping that all these numbers still go down in order for
Oh,
us.
they're saying San Martin. They're saying on a national level. I think even Dr. Fauci came out and said that Arizona is a model now. So I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, and you know they're happy to say that, and one of the crazy things about it is that we were like the spectacle of the whole nation, actually the whole world. Everybody's like, don't go to Arizona, you'll get infected, and it's kind of funny, but you know, living in Prescott, we were like, where is it at? You know, it was, I don't know. So Eric, I mean, we obviously have had close encounters with people with COVID, and now we are kind of like sitting there, you know, just wondering when is it going to end. So watching the things over the weekend, that's kind of like the big eyeball right now. Like, what is going to happen? And now that school's going to go back, that's the biggest question. You know, when kids go back, what's going to happen? And I got an alert with a news headline saying over 100,000 kids are infected, and I'm just like, all right, what's going to happen?
Well, is that what the announcement is today from the governor? Is for us to be able to find out what the school schedule is past the 18th, because the 18th is what, just over a week from now.
Is it? Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, today's the 10th.
Yeah, it is over the week. And I don't know if you've seen the press release with the schooling and what they actually said, but they have to come up with a way to go ahead and practice this social distancing. But as we've seen in some headlines of the schools that went back to school, like, you know, one child got infected and the next thing you know, they closed the school down. So a lot of people are making different decisions, and homeschooling is the thing, Eric, and then you've done that before, and you kind of know how the story is. But a lot of people are living in a single home, so it's other people are starting to do these things called pods or whatever, where
Yep.
a bunch of families are getting together with a teacher teaching you know, the basics to to the kids, and helping through the online schooling. I seen two high schoolers that were talking about school, and their description of it was, yeah, we wake up every morning and we actually go to school, and they stay in school until you know, school is out. It's kind of crazy, but they're actual stay in class. You have to be in class and you have to be present for these classes online. So that means that their FaceTime with these schooling is all day, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to be present, but you know, obviously kids are really smart. So all you got to do is just put up a picture with with the camera right there, and then you're present. Every once in a while, just move around and show them that.
Right, have it shake, right?
Yeah. So, anyways, man, you know, I really hope that everybody comes to a conclusion. Everybody out there is actually trying to make something happen for themselves, and also for the you know, the year to come. But once again, I've seen a lot of cool things happening with those numbers, and that's a good thing for me. But you know, that's for me.
It's good. No, that's good. Well, no, the superintendent of Arizona has actually said that she thinks that no district is ready to reopen yet. So, and that was her recommendation. So I don't know what we have to do to get there, but wow. I mean, I'm guessing that's what part of the government's talk is today, is what the plan is.
Yeah, we're hoping, that's for sure. We're hoping that that's exactly what you know, he has to say, something that will help out some of our local bars. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, advocating for the bars is something that is kind of like, you know, advocating for alcoholism, which is not the case. Some people need to feel like to go out and have those drinks, but at the same time, you know, I understand every level of what bars do, you know, and but at the
Well,
same.
and something's working, right? And I agree with you. At the same time, is there any word about that lawsuit about the gyms? I mean, they were supposed to be able to reopen tomorrow.
No, there's not. But once again, there's a lot of locals that are just changing up their scenario, and they're working outside. So
Yeah. So I don't know if you've driven by, but the hot yoga, just what is it, southwest of the square, they set up all outdoor tents to do their classes outside. I thought that was awesome.
you know, That's what you have to do. You have to
Yep,
just
in the parking lots. Yeah, it looked pretty good. I mean, it's hot enough, right? So you might as well just do it outside.
might as well. It's actually warm enough. I mean, for Prescott, it's a perfect. But Phoenix, like everybody's been saying, you can't do outside schooling in Phoenix, and you can actually accommodate to them for them. But they're just going to be uneasy. The electronics are going to get hot. I mean, everybody's just going to get bothered. If you could actually make it to a point where they're in and out in a very quick way, or deal with their vent system. That's the biggest thing. I think that if you learn how to uh, recirculate that air into bringing clean air, then that could actually work out really well.
So we've got some comments here. So Carletta, hopefully I didn't butcher your names. Online school. It's funny how much. I mean, my kids have done that, and it's funny how much more efficient it is. Like they're done with school by like 10 a.m. and versus sitting in a classroom through 3 p.m. I don't get it. And so we are in a decision right now whether to do the Prescott online school or do the regular online school, because they're very different. The Prescott online is sit in front of the camera and do your thing for from 8 until 10 or 12 every day, and like a regular classroom. Versus the other online school is, hey, do your work, and when you're done, you're done. You can work ahead, you can take a day off. I mean, so pros and cons to both. And so we're having a difficult time deciding which way to go, because I mean, if you can get your school done in 3 hours, and you can do other productive things, learn to code, learn to, go outside, those kind of things. It's hard to say, nope, you got to sit in front of a camera for 5 hours. But at the same time, to have that local, social interaction is huge too. So, I mean, we're at we're having a tough time making that call.
It's a tough time making any calls, man. Everybody is so like, what's going on with our lives? I mean, I'm there with you guys, and it's just like, I feel like that's kind of like an unmotivated like moment where you're just like unknowing, and that's the sad part. It's like we should already know what to freaking do, but here we are questioning everything, and everything's questioning us and all of our things that we're doing. But this is the subject at hand right now. What are we going to do with our children? And a lot of people need to go back to work and do their thing. And some of the people that are working are single family homes. With single family homes, you know what that means.
Yeah.
Somebody has to pay something, and
Yep.
that's kind of where it's going down. Is that it costs money to watch the children. It costs money to educate the children. And there's some things that need to be questioned. If the state wants more money, what are they going to do with that money? Are they going to advocate by buying, kids that can't actually afford Wi-Fi and et cetera, et cetera? These are the things that are all questions that everybody has, and I see it all online. And that's kind of a very touchy subject because this could either make you or break you in this world right now. Because I mean, you're just going to work just to pay for childcare. I mean, that's kind of how it is.
Well, and San Martin, it's funny. Kids are expensive, right? Let's face it. And so the last statistics that came out in like I guess it was 2015, 2016, is that to take a kid from 0 um, to 18, that's not even college. It's not past 18 because everybody knows that these kids aren't moving out at 18, right? It's over $350,000 per kid. And so, and that's for an average middle income family. That's a lot of money, that's a lot of money per kid. And so nobody said kids are cheap.
I wonder if I mean, I know there was a statement by the president saying, if the kids don't go back to school, your funding is going to be cut because you're not obviously paying for those kids to be there, and to advocate to the parent, which I believe that is actually a great idea. But it's already getting to that point of time where you guys should have thought about that a long time ago.
Yep.
In the state, it's just so weird that a lot of things that we could have advocated for in the beginning should have just already been thought in the thought process of how we could go ahead and start making this happen. And just like JR is writing and says, hey, go look back at the Spanish flu, and understanding that was way, way back in the days. But, some of the things that they did in the past could actually work right now in the future, based off
Right.
of what we're working with. And education outside, that could work in our area because of the weather. But then think about it. Maybe they could go ahead and work it and advocate later on in the afternoon, or or something and still be able to be functional. But Phoenix, once again, is a dirty, dirty hotness out there. And at
Yes, it is.
night, it's freaking 100 degrees because of all that concrete, man. It just heats up and then it just sits there all night long and then just repeat after repeat after repeat until I don't know what month it is, but it's still hot until like October, November. I,
Yeah, and San Martin, you and I are sometimes we're often hard on the schools. I mean, at the end of the day, it should fall on the parents, not the legislator, not how the money's allocated. The parents should get to decide how their money's spent, and the taxpayers and the people that are putting their, that are paying property taxes, they should all have a say. It shouldn't be, just hey, this is how it is. I mean, obviously, the world is not how it is a few months ago. And hey, I do have to do a huge shout out to PUSD. They did an awesome job with Prescott's graduation ceremony on Saturday. Halls were all decorated with handmade stuff. They had streamers through everything. They took everybody through a whole tour of the building. Since I mean, think about it, those seniors, they not to come back, and so they didn't even have a chance to really say goodbye to to their school. And so it was a walking tour. It was really strict masks, but it was a walking tour of the whole thing. We had photo stations throughout, and they gave them all their stuff. And grad night was canceled too, and so they got their grad night prizes at the end of the walking. And I think you streamed the whole thing. I was actually my daughter was telling me not a whole lot of kids were going to go, but after seeing the turnout, I think a lot more showed up than expected. And it was good to see that they were able to give that last walking piece, and it was done very, very well. So definitely thank you, Prescott High and PUSD, for doing that.
yeah, it's amazing how we can be innovative and make things work. I mean, I guess there's not a lot of people there, just only, right? Were you
Yeah,
guys all
it was just a handful of teachers, and everybody was very spaced out. I mean, like I said, it was very well done. I mean, they did the best that they could with the scenario. I'm just glad they did it. I mean, I thought that was a cool thing to do for the students. And some of them were like, "Oh, I'm too cool to be there," but I still think even those kids really enjoyed it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to live with what you got. This is the, I guess, one of the things that was said in a conversation about how the school's going. It's like, we just learned how to live this way. We don't know any different now. So they're easy to get right into the line of a new lifestyle. So they're just like, oh, it's cool. We could adapt. But I don't know. I don't know how easy that is for any child to adapt to. But it looks like everybody's seeming to kind of like be okay. Where's your mask? I mean, it's like a normal. Where's your mask? That's the best conversation.
Right.
So,
All right. So on to future events. So tonight is the White Spar Not Farmers Market, or what are you calling it now? I see a lot of comments. There's some comments in the feed here about they can't wait to do the market or see you at the market tonight. So what is the plan?
well, the plan is that we're going to have some new food trucks out. Hungry Badger is not going to be able to be there. Neither is the Stacks because they got other priorities. Hungry Badger, that's their only day off, and then working in that hot mess inside of that little box, man, it gets to you. So he needs his day off, and I said, you know what, you're more than welcome to. But he also has other days going on. So Taco Tuesdays and Fridays. You can go out there and hang out in the parking lot and be tailgating out there, just hanging out with your friends and just doing your social distancing or physical distancing, whatever you want to call it. And so you can do that. You can see that on Tuesday nights and on Friday nights over there. And so this one we're gonna get samosas. I don't know if you guys ever had those little squares, and she fills it with either chicken or meat or anything, but it's really tasty. We're gonna have the wiener guy out there. Campground Coffee is gonna be out there with their drinks, and I think we have one more food vendor, and I just got to get clarified on that one. But then there's gonna be several vendors that are selling little do DIY stuff, art, and then some farmers that are coming out and doing their thing. So it's going to be fun. And we're starting it later than 4 o'clock because of the heat. So 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. will be the time that we are going to be there. And everybody will start trickling in around 5:30, 6:37, because that's kind of like the cool down area. And that's when the sun goes behind the mountains. So it's going to be a good time, Eric. I'm going to bring in a little bit of music. We're not going to have
Nice. That was the people were asking last week, where's the music? So that's good.
we're gonna have a little bit of music just playing in the background and doing this thing. And that's it's the when I first started this, we were talking about how events are just starting to pop up. Well, Los Pinos ended up doing a whole back patio, and so there's a way to be social distant out there and listen to live music and still have some snacks and appetizers and have a couple of drinks over there at Los Pinos. So this Friday,
So hey, I got. So let's talk about that. So what is the deal with that? How does it work? Will they come serve you food on the back patio? Do you have to eat there? Are they going to serve you drinks? What is the deal with it? Do you go through the restaurant? Because I'm really interested, and so I'm sure other people want to know too, to get out there. So how does it all work?
so the Los Pinos is okay. I'll just read you what the I guess the press release would say. Los Pinos is proud to present the summer concert series. We have an incredible lineup of talent, including the Cheek Tones, Aragon Brothers, Tone Kings, Sir Harrison, and more to come. These outdoor concerts will be held on Saturday evening from 7 to 10 p.m. We will have appetizers and libations available. Libations? I don't know what that means.
I don't know. I'll take it though. It sounds fun.
Give me all the libations. I don't know. Available outside and VIP dining available in our enclosed patio overlooking the stage. Reservations are required for the patio as seating is limited. This is an adult event for those 21 and older, or this is an adult event for those 21 plus. Bring your lawn chairs and grab a seat. Can't wait to see you. So the concert schedule goes as this: August 6th, August Cheek Tones, August 15th. Aragon Brothers, August 22nd. Tone Kings, August 29th. Sir Harrison, September 5th. So there's already 4 dates lined up and ready to rock. So you guys have something to do on your weekend. And it will also be on the back patio. And as you heard, you can go ahead and get into their um, uh, screened patio where it's in the shade in the thing inside of the building, and you can get special dinner there. But it looks like you go ahead and order some food and go outside and eat it.
Okay.
So
Okay, cool. So you go into the restaurant, order your food, and then go into the back porch.
yeah, I mean, or if you just want to go ahead and call it in and say, "Hey, I'm on the back porch," they might be able to walk outside and deliver it to you.
Okay, that works too. No, that's excited. I'm excited. The owners over there are so nice. So I'm excited to see them do this.
Yeah, so there's a lot of cool things that are happening in the area, and if people do it right, we will be able to go ahead and have fun, social distance wise, and it's a good thing. Another thing that I'm actually bringing up, Eric, is we're doing business mixers right there at Los Pinos. It seems like Los Pinos could be that spot where we could actually have physical distance, you know, the interaction. One of the things that I've realized that surrounding yourself by successful people is one of the ways that you stay successful and you stay motivated. So, and I'm pretty sure a lot of the entrepreneurs and business owners out there are feeling the same way. We were doing the morning coffee thing with the Chamber of Commerce, and I don't know why we haven't been back, but I feel like that is cool, but I think we need a little bit more. That's how we interact. That's how we feed off of each other and the ideas. And might as well have a cocktail at the same time. I think that is definitely needed for us, and to keep creating and keep on looking what there is to offer in our future. So that's where I'm at with that, Eric. And soon
That's
we'll be
good. You,
once a month.
you know what I think we forgot?
What?
What today is. We talked about it before we went on camera, but we didn't say it.
Yeah, you said it, man. I was already there. You said National Lazy Day.
It is National Lazy Day. Yeah, no, we said it before we went on went and hit live, and so yeah, today is National Lazy Day. So, uh,
We're like,
like you were saying earlier, that it feels like we've been doing that for a long time. But I think there you go. I think you should brace it today. I'm looking for the food item now. What's the food item today?
yeah, I don't know, Eric. Whatever you want to go ahead and give out. That's exactly what
All right,
we're.
I'm looking because there's always multiple, right?
Oh,
Oh, it's perfect. National S'mores Day. I'd say go out and light a campfire and light it. But did you see that? It looks like the National Forest is reversing the order on the fire ban since we've had so many fires and no rain. And so, did you see that release I sent over to you?
yes, and it was. It is what it is. I mean, you see how many fires broke out in just one freaking weekend after they lifted the fire ban? Not saying people were careless.
Yes.
Just kidding. Something happened. Some guy, I think some people were blowing up stuff as well in their backyard.
Well, it's the shooting in the desert and stuff like that. I mean, that's as much as I miss that. Or in the forest, you just can't do it. I mean, that spark will start a fire.
Yeah, you just can't do it. It's not. I mean, I don't know. Once again,
That's too bad. But anyway, just so everybody knows, because they made it real public, saying, "Hey, the fire ban was going out on the first," but it was real quiet, saying, "Hey, the fire ban is going back in." So just so everybody knows, there is a fire ban now in the national forest once again, and so just heed those warnings.
Yeah. Yeah, we were gonna do a fire last night, but I was like, oh crap, forgot about the band. So, anyways, here we are, guys. No fun
Yep,
for us.
you're likely to have somebody knocking on your door. No fun for you.
Yeah, and I haven't posted like the 10-day forecast because there's nothing really cool in there besides the temperatures are going to be lower than usual. So, FYI, if you want to know what's going on in the weather, just go outside. You'll find out.
I saw you were trying to do a rain dance.
Oh yeah, dude. Every year I start a news feed or a feed where we basically just put in some gifts and start doing rain dances. Every year I do it, man. So if you go back to my history, you'll see that stuff. So I'm hoping that we can go ahead and do a little bit of rain. It looks like next weekend is going to be cloudy, a little bit cloudier. This week is going to be a little cloudy. So we'll see. Maybe we have caused something, Eric. Maybe you should do a little bit of rain dancing out.
Maybe I will do a rain dance, but yeah, the monsoon thing, I don't know what happened. It was looking so good, and then bam, it stopped.
You got to kick up some dust, though. I think that's a part of the whole rain dance. You got to kick up some dust and maybe.
You're saying since everybody's inside that there's no dust.
Yeah, I don't know. We got to do something though. But hopefully, come back. I last year it came at the end of August, so we were. It actually cooled it down so much that all of a sudden, boom, fall was coming in. And then you know how I know that that's the beautiful time of year? Because it's the time when I was born. Close to.
There you go. I love fall, and
I love fall. I love spring and fall. Those are kind of really honestly that in monsoon season. Obviously, it's not it needs to be in a season here in Prescott. But if we don't get it, we can't really consider it a freaking season if it doesn't show up. But just like clockwork, all our other seasons do. So here we are. But anyways, Eric, I don't want to keep anybody out there away from the TV. Is there anything else that we need to cover? Eric. I think Eric's feed just went out. Anyways, guys, much love, peace, love, and happiness. Let it not be war. And remember, love always wins. And I'm out. I got things to do today. Bye. Hey, what's happening?
There we go. All right. So I think I lost you there for a minute, but yeah. I lost you on the rain dance. But anyway, it's almost that time already. Can't believe it. So make sure you tell everybody about the market, the details tonight, because you got a minute left, and half the people don't know where it's at or when it's at. So let's take us out on that.
Okay. I already ended the video.
Oh,
live stream.
Okay. Well, then make sure you post it so people show up today.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. I'll post it everywhere. Everybody's not going to be able to not see it. even